Okay, I think I'm streaming, but as per usual, let's just do the audio check and just make sure.
Let's just do the audio check.
All right,
Just make
excellent.
sure.
I hear myself, so that's good. All right. Hey, Chan, how's it going? Welcome in. Hopefully, you had a wonderful week. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay. And then let's go ahead and I want to throw a magician placeholder in there. Let me double check what my boss tricks are. I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, okay, all right. We have one. That's accurate. Amazing. Gibson Lens, E-Room, welcome in. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. I myself am doing okay. It was going to be busier than it was, but pretty good weekend, says Gibson Lens. I have a feeling I know why. Guys, if you did not know, Gibson Lens has released his first album. Yeah. So there was actually a release party stream, not last night, 2 nights ago on Friday, for listening to the album. And then after the stream was over, Gibson Lens released his first album. Actually, let's hold on. Did I update? Hopefully I saved it. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, aka Bert, pianist, composer, and check it out. The last line on that is the ungilded ungilded.bandcamp.com/album. That is the first album that Gibson Lens has created. So go check it out. And if you like, um, feel free to support. I'm gonna be waiting until Bandcamp Friday, and then I'll be getting it Bandcamp Friday. If you didn't know, on Bandcamp Friday, more of the money from album sales goes to the original creators. So, which is this Friday. Yes, Bandcamp Friday is basically the first Friday of every month. So, for anybody who was not aware. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. How's it going, Chan? Welcome in. How are you doing? I saw that, yeah, you posted a message before stream started. So, not always every month, but it makes it tricky. Oh, not always every month? Oh, I see. I thought it was every month. Or maybe it used to be every month, but not any longer. Um, and then also, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule, aka give Chan a follow and you can catch him Magic Mondays. Also, he plays other things, retro games, community games, and also has been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. So, and then I did see the shout out for E-Room. Guys, you're not following our friend E-Room, aka the Pope of Indiana. E-Room streams all sorts of things in real life, streams community games, streams opening random objects, presents, or other things like Kinder eggs on stream. So if you're not following, feel free to give everybody a follow. Everybody follow everybody. As far as I know, everybody here. I don't know if there's anybody lurking, but everybody who's chatted, everybody's cool. So, all right. I'm mostly better. Still have a little bit of a cough, but all right. So I've got two brand new things. So first, I want to try a brand new trick that is going to be published tomorrow on my YouTube. And then I want to try another trick that I'm planning on publishing the following Monday. I just tried recording it before this, but I wasn't entirely happy with it, so I might redo it. But I figured I can get some experience on stream. Okay. So let's see here. I do want to put another magician, so I want to hold 2 slots. Oh, it's already in there? Alright. Well, that's okay. I'm the streamer. I know what's going on. Okay, alright. So for anybody who's familiar with the trick twisting the aces, this is a different variation on twisting the aces. First time chatter, hello, welcome in Glazo 4K. How's it going? Alright, so switching over to Magic View. I had some technical difficulties again before the beginning of stream. Once again, one of my cameras didn't work, and then chat didn't show up. And I'm like, I tried to refresh the chat window. Like, hold on, before we get to the trick, but like this one right here, it didn't show up here. And I'm like, why is it not working? So I restarted again, and it's just like, yeah. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? All right, so here we go. This is called Twisting the Aces West, and I'll explain why in a little bit. All right, so first things first, we have the 4 aces, and what we want to do with the 4 aces is we want to turn them all face up, but only 1 card at a time, but as per the usual rules of twisting aces, I can't do it like that because that's cheating. That's how regular people would do it. So it's going to start the same. I'll call out when it diverges, but look, if I just go ahead and I hold the packet, give it a shake, that shake is going to turn up the ace of hearts. Okay. Now if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that's going to turn down the ace of hearts and turn up the ace of clubs. Okay, so now if you're familiar with this trick, this is where the trick diverges. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hold the packet and give it a shake. This shake is actually going to turn over the ace of clubs and turn up the ace of diamonds, right? So, okay, and then once again, I'll hold the packet and give it a shake. This shake is going to turn down the ace of diamonds and turn up the ace of spades. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Some people believe that what I'm doing is I'm secretly turning the aces very quickly. Not like that. That was very slow. But here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards face down. Now, if I give this a shake, that's actually going to go ahead and wait. No. If I give this a shake, that's actually going to show that one of them has turned face up. So if I show you only 1 ace is face up. But now if I hold the pack and give it a shake, that shake is going to show now there's 2 aces face up. See, 1, 2. And now if I hold the pack and give it another shake, that shake is actually going to have 3 aces turn face up because look. I know, is that weird? 3 aces are now face up. And now the last one, if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that's actually going to turn up the final ace because here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. All 4 aces are face up. That, my friends, is Twisting the Aces West. I really like it. Thank you kindly for all the emotes. Thank you kindly for the applause. Chan the Magic Man and the claps. Charlie's Beats. Chan, E-Room, and Charlie's Beats again. Gibson Lens. Thank you. So there's some etymology here, but here's the thing. So of course, everybody who's seen me perform Twisting the Aces, it's very similar. It basically starts the same. But the second half of the trick diverges. But not only that, whenever the trick would normally end, the first Twisting the Aces, this one continues on. And so there's a bunch more stuff to do and to see, right? And then also, it gives me, towards the end, it gives me extra practice in the Sleight that I never do. And so I was like, oh, I should probably learn how to do this and then just do it. I think that looked clean, and those of you guys who know, I'm using the Twitch deck. They're all signed, so I mean, there's not any duplicates or whatever. It is impromptu, which, if anybody doesn't know, does not require anything special. You can use a borrowed deck of cards. It would work perfectly fine. But I think it's called, and I don't know this for sure, but it's called Twisting the Aces because it was inspired by the original, but it was made by a guy. This handling was made by a guy named Larry West, and so it's probably why it's called Twisting the Aces West. So anyway, that's your history lesson for that trick. If anybody was interested, I know there's a magician or two in chat. So the handling is different. Yeah, yeah. At where it diverts, so where I actually called out where the trick diverges, that's actually where the handling changes. It's not just where the plot changes, where the plot kind of changes a little bit. It's mostly the same for like another like 2 beats, and then it actually changes quite a bit after that. So, but I mean, I think you can figure it out, Chan. But yeah. If this means anything to you, we're gonna talk a little inside baseball for non-magicians right now. So there's Elmsley, and then there's Jordan. So you're gonna be using Jordan. All right. Anyway, hopefully that's enough. All right. All right, guys. So if you have something to hydrate with, feel free to hydrate. I'm having I think it's Assam black tea. I think that's what I have. Thanks for hydrate. But anyway, so I know that those words that I said were inside baseball are very overtly, but I mean, there's some implied additional knowledge for magicians. If yeah, anyway. All right. So next up we have 3 travelers. So let's go ahead and find. Oh, actually, because Chan requested it, let's use the Queen of Clubs. I need to find the clubs then. Now that I think about it. Okay, there we go. All right. So normally what I would do is I would use the ace 2 and the 3, but for right now we're going to be using the Queen of Clubs as the 3, the 2 of Clubs, and the ace of Clubs. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. What I would like to do is I would like to, let's place some of these out. So I'm going to go ahead and place Chan the Magic Man's Queen of Clubs here. We're going to go ahead and place the 2 of Clubs over here. And I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of clubs right here. Now, this deck is like an elevator. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ace, place it on the bottom. But if we snap or ding or press the elevator button, if anybody wants, I'll pause right there for a second. Ah, yes. So I don't know if you heard that ding means that the elevator has stopped. And so the ace has come all the way up to the top. All right, let's go ahead and place the 2 here onto the top, and we're going to go ahead and press the elevator button to make it go all the way down to the bottom. I guess we can also just wait for the elevator to operate as normal. If anybody would like to, we don't you don't have to. But sometimes the elevators have very relaxing music, right? And so that's wonderful. Is it super awkward if it's like super silent and the elevator goes for a long time? I suppose if you're in there by yourself, it's not a big deal. But like, if there's somebody else in there, is that weird? Is that like so? Ah, there we go. Thanks for the ding, Jan the Magic Man. So there we go. So the 2 had a very long and awkward elevator travel from the top all the way down to the bottom. So there's the 2. And then finally we have the 3, and so, but here, let me, you know what? Which is actually, it's not 3, it's Chan the Magic Man, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place Chan the Magic Man over here on top of this. And, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and press this, And the thing is, there's a huge gap, but Chan the Magic Man will be able to travel over here. Oh, look at that. Look at that ding. You know what? That ding was from Chan the Magic Man, and Chan must have teleported himself. Because Chan is also a magician, guys. Because look, now here's Chan. Hey! Thanks for the transporter, Chan. Yeah, that's right. If we try and look for the Chan over here. There's no Chan. That Chan's over here. He transported, right? There we go. And that, my friends, is the classic three travelers. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, E-Room. Thanks for the lol. Here's the thing, right? The elevator still made it, but that's not how Chan got out. Chan obviously transported, right? Because that's what the sound afterwards is for. But anyway, Chan, thank you so much for that request, and also thank you so much for resubbing. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. The signer of the Queen of Clubs, everybody. Chan the Magic Man. All right. So let's see. I do want to grab another slot for myself because I have another new trick to show. This one I haven't worked out the pattern, but this is the other one that I was thinking about doing. So, however, I'm actually going to be using an extra prop. So, let me see here. Let me just make sure that it is ready. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, actually, let me make sure that the cards are ready to go. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So this doesn't really have a name. There's a bunch of magic plots, kind of like it. I'll talk a little bit about it, kind of at the end. But so first things first, I'm gonna use my phone. So I'm gonna bring that on the camera now. And at this point, I won't move it away. But so we have 4 cards here, and these 4 cards are all 10 of hearts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all 10s of hearts. Now, the 10 of hearts has been the 10 of hearts its entire life and wants to be something different. And so it got a glimpse in the window the other day of something else that it could be. And so, if you can tell, the 10 of hearts wants to become a Jack of Spades. And so here we've got a part of the 10 of hearts changing to be a Jack of Spades. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Well, that's okay. If that's what the 10 of hearts wants, it should be okay. So look, we've got 3 parts of the 10 of hearts left. And if we just go ahead and let the 10 of hearts reflect again in the window, they'll be able to see more parts of them. And so, look, if I show you that the 10 of hearts gets a good chance at looking more at what it can become, it becomes a Jack of Spades. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, so we've got 2 cards left. We've got those 2 right there. And they're the other half of the 10 of hearts. Now, ooh, I did not do very good there. Okay, we're going to do that again. We're going to do that again. All right. Mulligan. Oof, yeah. All right. That's okay. That's okay. Guys, it's a work in progress. Work in progress. Hopefully it looks convincing at the end. But anyway, that's the plan. Okay, I'm reset my phone. Anyway, you guys were here. You know, those of you who are here live, you guys get to see any sort of mess ups or whatever. Anyway, brand new trick. Look. I don't know anybody else who practices brand new tricks on stream for the very first time. Oof, says Turkey Blaine. All right. Hey, Turkey Blaine, how's it going? I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. This is how it will make me become better. Cause all right. Here we go. I may not make this one as publicly overt as far as like a Okay. All right. Do. All right. I'm going to try something new, guys. Obviously, this is the first try. We are not taking a second take or anything. This is not a mulligan. I know. Some troll decided to pretend to be me and say mulligan in chat. That's totally right. So, anyway, I'm gonna bring my phone over. Man, I had this all artistic and everything, and it's just gonna be so. All right, guys, I have 4 cards here, and they are all 10 of hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 of hearts. Now, the 10 of hearts wants to change and become something else, but it's been told culturally to be the 10 of hearts its entire life. But it got a glimpse in the window of what it could be, and so it's going to slowly change itself. It can't change all of itself all at once, but it can change itself. 1, 2, 3, there. And so part of it has changed into the Jack of Spades. Now we have 3 parts of the 10 of hearts left. And they are just going to go ahead and have a chance to see how else they can change so that they can become more Jack of Spades in the future. But this 10 of hearts will give it a better view, and so it will change into the Jack of Spades. All right, and so here we go. We've got 2 cards, and here's what I want to do. So look, if we just give these 2 10 of hearts a chance to see more of what they're going to be like once they change, you know what? See, look, if I just give this 10 of hearts a chance to change, all right? So here we go. Ready? I know. Is that weird? It'd be a whole lot weirder had I not messed up last time. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 Jack of Spades, and then we have the 10 of hearts over here. But if we just give the 10 of hearts a full view of what they will be once they commit to becoming the Jack of Spades, this is what they've wanted here. And now, if we take a look, they are completely the Jack of Spades. It is still sufficiently weird, says Alchemmutation. Welcome in, Craig. How's it going? Alright, and we'll call that a successful performance. Obviously, the first time it didn't work out as well, but that's okay. I'm a human. I can make mistakes. Guys, you know I'm not AI because, right? I would have either not messed up or made it look stupidly, unexplainably weird. But anyway, Craig, how's it going? Welcome in. How you doing? Guys, are not following our friend Alchemmutation. Please give Craig a follow. Alchemmutation is a musician, plays guitar, plays Smilecore. And if you're listening to Smilecore and not smiling, it's probably not Craig. So definitely give him a follow. And if you didn't know, Alchemmutation, #1 raider to this stream. So I think last I checked, very high 20s or low 30s number of raids into this stream. So Craig, thank you so much for always being a wonderful supporter. Let's see. Let me catch up in chat here. First try, says Chan. Thanks, Chan. Thanks for the support. You are Human. Yeah, not to be confused with Huma, who is somebody else. Pill Billy, welcome in. How's it going, Pill Billy? Nearing 30, I think. Lol, yeah, definitely. For sure. So if you guys were here for the 1.5 tricks, you saw me mess up that last one just before succeeding at that one. But anyway, that's how that's supposed to look. But yeah, brand new. I basically came up with the handling myself after seeing a bunch of videos where So, oh yeah, so I was going to talk about it a little bit. So basically, it's a 4-4-4 card transformation, right? You change four of a card into another set of four of a card, and so that's basically what it was. I saw only success. Thanks, Alchemutation. I mean, as we can argue that any time that you do miss, like especially it's talked about in science a lot, right? Like when you fail, it's not really considered a failure so long as you learn from it, right? So it did have some productive use. Um, Actually, something similar if you're into video games, the Nintendo's Wii U. So the Wii was a success, but the Wii U, the one that came out after it, it had basically the pad, but you couldn't get too far away from the console. And the thing was, that was technically a mistake. Like it didn't do commercially well. But if we didn't have the Wii U, we probably wouldn't have had the Switch. And as everybody knows, the Nintendo Switch was huge, and they took all the feedback that they had learned from why the Wii U didn't work out so well, and basically everybody thought that the gamepad was the game console anyway from the Wii U, and so they were just like, "Oh, let's just make that the whole console." And so now we have the Switch, and so and oh, and big news if anybody is a huge fan of Nintendo, the Switch 2 was announced, and so yeah. Turkey Blaine says, "Cool, pretty cool concept." Thanks, Turkey Blaine. Um, and what is that? What is that emote? I'm trying to hover over it. Okay. Switch is successful, but such a pain to develop for, says Gibson Lens. I can totally understand. I mean, not that I've developed specifically for any sort of game consoles, but just the fact that if anybody's going to do multi-release on multiple different platforms, I can imagine the difficulty. Uh, if not porting, then doing like native support for a thing. I get it. Um, Turkey Blaine says, "I'm just Pharaoh shuffling way too much." Yo, that's okay because even when you're not being successful at Pharaoh shuffling, once you start to get it, it becomes way more consistent, like regularly. So hold on, let me just see if I could just randomly do. So I didn't quite cut it in half, but my Pharaoh shuffle is not quite perfect. I think there's like two cards, but almost. So for anybody who is not aware, a Pharaoh shuffle is an interesting thing, not just from a magician standpoint, but also from a mathematical standpoint. Because if anybody has imagined 100% interleaving all the cards one to one, you would think that that would be pretty sufficient. This is also not perfect, but I'm just drunk uncle shuffling, says Alcutation. Yeah, if you can get it perfect, it's surprisingly not as random as like a semi, like pseudo perfect, right? Which is like one that has some like imperfections in the interweaving. So, all right, I do see Charlie's Beats next request. Thanks for the request, Charlie. E-Room says, "Does Pharaoh shuffling play hell on the card edges?" Oh, E-Room, the answer is yes, especially when you're just starting out and just doing it and you don't know the feel. I think as you get better, you can wear less on the edges, but it still wears on the edges. Like you can't avoid it basically until you get good. Yeah, even if you do get good, it still wears more than not Pharaoh shuffling, but you can mitigate it with a little bit of skill. Like it gets better. So, but anyway, we can talk more about Pharaoh shuffling in a sec. But oh yeah, so the reason why Pharaoh shuffling is quite sufficiently slightly less random is that if you do, I think 8 Pharaoh shuffles like perfectly, uh, you basically unshuffle a deck. So let's say you start with a deck in brand new deck order. If you do 8 perfectly straight perfect pharaohs, you basically shuffled it together and then unshuffled it. So that's yeah, that's the concept there. Anyway, okay, so this trick is red, blue, oil, and water, and so here we've got 2 red cards, 2 blue cards. So I do want to let you know. I just realized that. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, okay. So here we've got the 2 red cards. The 2 red cards are also red on the front. And then the 2 blue cards that are on the back are well, I don't have blue, but uh, they are black on the front. So, all right. So Turkey Blaine says yes, but you get better less and less. My unshuffled deck I have from Paul is a Pharaoh shuffled for over 5 years. It's still going strong somehow. That's crazy. All right. Chan, did you say oops? Was it something here or was it something else? All right. Count me out, lol, says eRoom. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. If I was to go ahead and interleave. Wait. I just realized that I think I need to do this the other way. Yeah, clearly I am because I thought you messed up. Oh no. I didn't mess up. I'm actually paying attention to chat, and I'm actually more invested right now in the conversation. But no. I didn't mess up. So I think we're okay. So here's what we've got. So look, if I go ahead and I put if I put the red card in between the 2 black cards, right? And so if I close that up, you would expect that now to be interleaved. Not quite Pharaoh shuffled, but interleaved. But look, if I snap and I turn things over, if you take a look, they are actually still separated. I know. Is that weird or what? That's super weird, right? So here's what we're going to do this again. I'm going to go ahead and place the a blue card in between the 2 red cards, and you would expect them to be intermixed, right? But look, if I go ahead and I snap and I turn this over, you're now going to be able to see that they have separated, right? Okay, so now we've got all of the cards, right, correctly separated. But here's something that I want to do. If some people believe that they know how I do this trick, and maybe the easiest way to show that is if I just flip all these cards over, right? Some people believe that they see me mixing the cards like this. But I'll talk no game. Welcome, welcome in. He can do magic. Yeah, that's. I guess the lyric lives on, right? Um, but actually, this part's a little bit weird because look, if I just go ahead and I snap, I think I've. Hold on. What did you guys see last? You guys just saw that I had interleaved the cards, right? Yes. So the correct answer is, Chan, I've messed up now. Now I've messed up, I think. Hold on, I need to go back a step. So look, if I unmix them, I think secretly they get unmixed, right? And so, but actually, no, I recovered. Here we go. Ah, okay. See, some people thought that they saw me unmixing it just now, but actually, they're actually still mixed. But now look, if I unmix them, right, like this, and I snap, but I turn everything over, they're going to be mixed? No. That's not how it works. No, they're not going to be mixed, right? All right, we're going to have to make this one a boss trick, and I will have to work on it. Witchcraft, says Alchemmutation. All right. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. Sorry I could not nail it as much as I would have liked, but yeah, I'm actually not going to do it again right now. I'm actually going to, I'm going to just straight up make it a boss trick. So, what was that? Red, blue, oil, and water. Because I actually don't remember the progression perfectly, I think. Anyway, opening up my spreadsheet, put it in. If anybody's curious, today's magic stream is magic stream number 131. And so, can you believe I've had over 130 Twitch magic streams? That's kind of crazy that I've had that many. And at one a week, that means that's over 2 years. So, I mean, the math checks out, right? So, okay. All right. Thank you for the homework, Charlie. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's see. And thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie and Chan, and for the witchcraft alchemmutation. All right. That's more than my Magic Mondays. That means I've rated you about 23% of the time. Yo, we could do the math on that, right? Okay, hold on, wait. I have the spreadsheet open. Let me just see how many times alchemmutation. Alchemmutation. All right, so wait. How many? Wait. So I've rated you, right? But not as many times. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, 3, 4. Okay. So it looks like. Oh man. Okay. This is. Hold on. This would be easier if I just took everything from this column. Hold on. I need to create a new tab just so I can do a count because I have number of times rated in and rated out. Find alchemmutation. All right. 28 times you have rated in here, Craig. So if we do the math, hold on, I'm gonna pull up a calculator. Calc. All right. So Craig has rated in 28 times out of 130. What did I say? 31 for today, right? So that is a 21.37% raid number of my streams. So yeah, over 1/5 of the streams alchemmutation has rated in here. Well, magic streams. I guess I've had a few more streams. So if oh, actually, I didn't exclude magic streams. Or sorry, exclude video game streams. So this does include those. Anyway, I'd have to do a little bit more fine filtering, but yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. So okay, I need to work on red, blue, oil, and water. All right, so that's a boss trick. You know, this is not the first time I've forgotten how to do it. I should probably encode this because now I have encoding for this, so then I could just pull it up whenever I forget. More math, JK. Some people don't like math. All right, so let me pull a deck out just for a second. So we were talking about Pharaoh shuffles, right? And so yeah, when you get pretty good at Pharaoh shuffles, you should be able to get. So like this is a newer deck, and yeah, I think I got this almost perfect in that I didn't cut it perfectly in half. Had I just cut one more card to the bottom, like this, so that's a perfect Pharaoh. And I couldn't do it with the Twitch deck because that one's a little bit more worn, but there's no doubles here, so that's perfect. Had I just cut perfectly in the middle. Let's try that again. Okay, this is. Thank you kindly for the applause, room. 23% wasn't a bad guess. Oh yeah, 23% was not a bad guess. Alchemmutation. Definitely not bad. That was very bad. I have 2 cards that are messed up in that one. Let's see. Okay, one more, and then we can proceed with if anybody wants to request. Oh yeah, queue is empty. If anybody wants to request any tricks. Oh, by the way, if anybody is new here and hasn't been around, I run my magic sleight of hand magic stream like a music stream. So you can request tricks if you would like. And if you don't know what to request but you want to see magic, you can ! Random and we'll get a random one in there. Yep. Thanks, Chan. Chan just brought it up, and also it's pinned in the post and chat. So if anybody wants to do that. Okay. So let's see here. While we are here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna put in. Let's put in the coin matrix. Okay, so here we go. 4 coins, 4 cards. Actually, we'll use Twitch deck cards. So I want to practice this almost every stream because I want to keep it fresh because it's like the only non-card trick I basically do. So I did learn, actually, I'm practicing a new thing. I don't have any rubber bands down here, but I'm practicing like a Sharpie penetration through rubber band. So doesn't look good yet, but just working on it. Chan the Magic Man says, seem like for me when using SSL nowadays, people don't request much anymore. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you have to get people interested in requesting or wanting to do random ones, or like I'm mostly just using it to gather statistics. So even if I have to request my own stuff, that's like the own thing. But hey, that you use the streamer song list however you would like. Full disclosure, when you said SSL, I immediately thought secure secure layer encryption or whatever. Eroom says, any paper money tricks on the horizon? I don't know any paper money tricks. I'm also not equipped. I don't have paper money down here, but I have the paper money deck of cards that I stowed away, which were bad, which was like a bad deck of cards. But yeah, so I just pick tricks of my own. Yeah, that's basically mostly how it works, right? So it kind of depends on like what you want to get out of your Magic Monday streams, right? Like I just want to use my Sleight of Hand Sunday as like a way for me to practice and hang out with you guys, and so that's mostly what I'm using it for. So this is practice. So it's okay if I mess up. It just reveal that hey, that's what I needed to do, right? All right. So here I'm gonna go. There's a heat map there. You know what that means? That is where the coin is gonna jump. See? Look. And then from here, it's gonna go from there to there. And then this last one, there we go. And let's go ahead and grab delicious. Charlie Speed says, me too! Actually, if you guys want me to briefly explain how paper money is not horribly different from cards, I can give you a demonstration and how not so. Anytime you have if you're a cashier working with cash, which I know most cashiers now are probably just dealing with like digital payments and stuff. But if you ever get in a situation where you need to pay with cash or count cash, be wary that card sleights can be used in order to shortchange the other person. So for those of you who have seen me do card tricks before, you can just pretend these were a little bit longer and a little bit floppier, but you can still use some of the same sleights, right? So for example, let's pretend that I owe you $5, right? So here's 5 cards. So I could just spread out the 5 cards, or I could count them individually myself. That's usually the safest way to count the money. And then I would then be able to do it. However, what you could do is be like, oh, okay, here, I'm going to give you $5. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hand that to them, and they have $5. Now, just as long as they don't check, then it's, you've gotten away with it because you just gave them $3, right? So here's another thing. Pretend that they're not like, pretend that they're not $1 bills, but they're $20 bills, right? And so just counting differently. So let's pretend that you needed to pay somebody $120, right? So here's what you could do. You could go, all right, well, here's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. But you've just given them $100 because if they count 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yeah. And so be careful handling real cash money in the potential presence of somebody who looks like they might be doing sleights with cash money. So heads up, be warned. It's funny because I have a lawyer friend. Not that the main reason that he's my friend is a lawyer, no, but he just happens to be a lawyer, and we've talked about like some crime that he has seen on like a camera or whatever, not necessarily related to any of his work, but like because it's just in his purview or whatever. But he saw a video, like a news report, and he was like, "Oh, that was super interesting. I saw somebody doing this," and he named like a card sleight to basically shortchange somebody in a jewelry store. And so they were using sleights similar to that, right? But counting just larger sums of money. So, but yeah, that is something that is interesting, but not quite directly related, but can be used in the real world for nefarious purposes. So, FYI, don't do that. Um, Everything that I do with sleight of hand is pretty much just for amusement, and I make that clear. Like, uh, and yeah, I don't intend to ever use this for nefarious purposes. Only for entertainment and education. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen me do demonstrations in the past, but we can do some more demonstrations if that's what you're interested in. As our vampire, says Mark Rides. So yeah, here's the Ace of Clubs Alchemmutation. And we can make it appear as though Alchemmutation goes into the middle of the deck and jumps back up to the top because uh, of sleights. And so there we have it. And once again, we do it again. There we have it. Now, here's the interesting thing. We could even have Alchemmutation go into like the middle face up. And then if I really wanted, I could just make it look as though Alchemmutation jumps back up to the top like this. There we go. So, Mark Rise, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you had a wonderful week. How was the weekend? Anybody is welcome to answer. How's the weekend? So it is now March, and how? So my question in the title is, how are you entering like a lion? So for anybody who is unaware or lives in different places in the world, from what I was taught in the United States as a young kid, March enters like a lion because of snow and bad weather, and then exits like a lamb because it's nicer spring weather. So, can you make Alchemmutation change into Bob after he jumps to the top? Yo, I don't really have a card that represents Bob, but conceivably, yes? I think that's doable. So let me think about that, and in the meantime, we will perform this trick, and then we'll get to, and then Charlie's request another one. So let me see here. Let me put in ambitious for Mark Rides, and then let's also Alchemmutation jumps to top and changes to Bob. Okay, all right. We're gonna put that officially in the list, and so it will be there, and we can refer to it. And all right, there we go. Okay, we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. So, look, I've got a Ace of Hearts, Two of Hearts, Three of Hearts, and the King of Spades. The King of Spades is going to represent a vampire. Now, the vampire is going to want to feed on the first victim. And so, here we go. That King of Spades has fed. Now, we can still see that the Three of Hearts is still here, the Two of Hearts is still here. And here's a vampire, but look, the Ace of Spades, sorry, the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Hearts has completely had the blood sucked out, not just on the front, but also on the back. And so, yeah, that is a little disheartening, pun intended, for the Ace of Hearts. Now, we've got the Two of Hearts, the Three of Hearts and, of course, our vampire going to suck the blood out of the second victim. And so here we go. Well, here's the Three of Hearts. Here's our vampire. But the Two of Hearts has had its blood sucked out of it. Not just the front, but the front and the back. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, and now we've got our Three of Hearts and our vampire. Now our vampire is going to suck the blood out of the Three of Hearts. And it just happens that quickly. And if we take a look, not just on the front, but also on the back. Now, this vampire lives in a modern day society, so there's going to be cameras, social media, pictures, surveillance, drones, and everything. So, look, this vampire is going to want to get the heck out of Dodge, and so as though they lived in Dodge, I don't know. But look, this vampire knows to get out, and so it's going to go turn into a bat, fly away, because there he goes. What? I imagine if I have new people watching, they would say, "What?" at this point. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man and Adam. Adam, welcome in. How's it going? Chan the Magic Man says, "What?" And then, even though I know Chan knows how that's done, Adam says, "What?" Thanks for humoring me, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for the claps, Charlie. Um, oh, Missy 69. Oh my Lanta. Yeah. uh, all right. Let's see here. All right. So that was the vampire card trick. And then next up we have Pink Floyd. So that new trick that I did earlier, I feel like that I messed up, is similar to Pink Floyd in that it has a very similar flow. Um, all right. So let's get that ready here. Okay, cool. Make sure I'm not revealing the secrets of magic on screen. Okay, there we go. I always start with the note. I'm going to do the trick as though I've never done it before because otherwise the note doesn't make any sense, right? Alright, so, guys, I found this interesting note. Let me see. To whom it may concern, these four jokers are ferocious, like lions. Clearly, that's what it says. And they will not let themselves become lambs. Whoa, that's a tall order. A word of warning: do not place these jokers back to back. That's interesting. So wait, we've got. Hold on. Actually, I'll turn them over like this so you guys can see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 jokers. Okay, interesting. Now, what did this claim? It said don't place them back to back. Okay. Well, I guess what's the first thing we want to do? Well, obviously we want to turn it back to back, right? Like that's actually let's just double check. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So here we go. Turning the first joker back to back. Anything weird happen? Oh, look, that's turned red. Wait, how about this one? No, okay, just that one. Interesting. Okay, well, let's put that one down over there. Okay. How about you? All right, let's do it again. Back to back. How about you? Oh, interesting. That's also turned red. How about you? No? Okay. All right. So, okay, all right, take this one out. Okay, so now we've got, all right, 2 blue-backed jokers left, okay? But what I want to do is I want to, let's do a controlled experiment. Um, what if we were to place them face to face? Would anything happen if we place them face to face? Welcome in, Barney of the Rubble. How's it going? Oh yeah, Mark Ride says place them face to face first to check. All right, let's check. Um, the devil went down to Georgia. Nope, don't have that one, Barney of the Rubble. Redeem gigantic cards. All right. All right, we'll figure out what to do for the giant cards for Barney in a minute. Okay, all right. All right. So I guess placing them face to face, nothing happens. So let's go ahead and place them back to back. The problem is now these are the last 2 cards. So what happens if? So we knew that that one was going to change, but how about this one? Oh, that one has changed as well. Interesting. All right, so now we've got. Wait, do we have 4? So, hold on. Wait a second. Wait, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Shh, you guys didn't see anything. My hand just got twitchy. That's all. My hand just got twitchy. Man, I'm striking out today. Okay, so well, what can we do with now all of these red-backed jokers? Well, the one thing that we should do, right, is yeah, you saw nothing. Says Barney of the Rubble is clipped. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to want to place these jokers back to back, right? And so hopefully placing the jokers back to back, they will now all change back to be blue. That, my friends, is I'll call it a scuffed version. All right, man, Charlie's picking them today. Well done, Charlie. Thank you. I'm not gonna do it again, but we'll make that a boss trick too. So, Pink Floyd. Ah, so close, so close. I was actually just like in a hurry to turn my hand. I was just like, no, 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 this will be fine. Nope. All right. Uh-oh. I hear my computer providing sound feedback. Did you guys hear that audio feedback too? A little bit. All right, hold on. Let me close. Let's see what's consuming all the resources. Okay, let me close that. And hopefully that helps. Okay. All right, we'll go from there. I just closed an app. Hopefully it helps. All right. You know what? I'm not using this either. Let's close this other one. So I was thinking about getting a new computer. Mostly, hopefully before like all of the if tariffs are going to become a thing. But I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna add another boss trick. Pink Floyd. Okay. There we go. All right, need to practice. I mean, I almost had it. I almost had it. It was almost perfect. Uh, just needed to not turn my hand so quickly. That's all. All right. That's okay. It's good to have some homework. There we go. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. E-Room, Chan, Charlie's Beats. Thanks for that request, Charlie. Charlie is keeping me honest. Thanks, Charlie. Let's see here. Okay, all right, type that up. We're going to do this. Okay, let's figure out. Okay, and I see. Oh, whoops. All right. Let me copy the. All right, let's do the Alchemy ambitious card routine, where Alchemy jumps to the top, and then we'll do something with the big cards for uh, Barney of the Rubble, and then Mark Rides has an AMA. How many standard decks do you own of normal playing cards? To your best guess. Oh, that is a great question. Actually, somebody asked that like a couple streams ago, and I think I ended up on like for regular decks of playing cards, I think we ended up on like 400 or something. I think 4 or 500 would not be an unreasonable guess. um, so, yeah. All right, let's see here. So there's Alchemutation. Okay, how am I going to do this? You know, I'm going to try and get creative with this for a second, so hang on. Let me see if I can do something with this really quick. Sorry, I'm just reapplying cheating gloves because it's starting to get to that time where it's starting to wear off. And if I'm going to do any sort of potential snap change, I think I'm going to need it. Okay, all right. Sorry, hopefully you guys didn't hear that. I mean, I don't think it gives anything away, but what about your tarot deck? Can you pull the devil out? I can pull the devil out. Hang on. Actually, let me do the one that I was envisioning first. So let's go ahead and do this. Do this. Okay. All right. To represent Bob. Okay, no. All right. Here we go. So here we have Alchemy. I know we started this earlier. You know it's a signed card. It's the same ace of clubs. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and put it into the middle of the deck like so. Right about there. Look, if I snap, that's going to bring the Alchemy selected ace of clubs to the top. I know. We did do this earlier, and so here, I'm going to go ahead and put Alchemy into the middle. There we go. And now if we snap, that will bring Alchemy back up to the top. And now, look, if we go ahead and grab Alchemy and put him in the middle once again, but before I snap, if I just show you, this is the top card. That's not the Alchemy ace of clubs. But like if I snap, that will bring him from the middle up to the top. Okay. All right. So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to go ahead and leave Alchemy sticking out here, and you'll know that it's still Alchemy because I haven't swapped out a card, because if I show you, that's still the Alchemy signed ace of clubs. There you go. But now look, if I go ahead and I take them and I place it in here, in the middle of this packet, take this whole packet, place it in the middle of this packet, and importantly, it's not hiding on the bottom of the deck, and importantly, it's also not hiding on the top of the deck, right? But all we have to do is snap, and actually, that will bring Alchemy from the middle back up to the top. No, wait, that's not it. Hold on. I didn't snap good enough? Or it's or maybe Alchemy is way down in the depths of hell. So we just need to make sure that we grab him correctly. Alchemy Mutation. Ace of Clubs. Now, here's the important thing, though. Alchemy Mutation sometimes changes into Bob. And so we are going to go ahead and show you what it would look like when Alchemy Mutation changes into Bob. Ready? 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell. Oh, wait, but now Bob's upside down. There you go. Bob. And that, my friends, is Bob. B-O-B. Bob. All right, so yeah, this represents Bob right here. So there you go. Oh, and the other thing is, here's the funniest thing, right? So you weren't sure if I could find a card that is compatible with Bob that would fit in this deck, right? But actually, let me go ahead and show you that Bob has mysterious demon powers. And if I show you the back of Bob, it looks empty. I know, right? Super weird. It's like as though Bob would be a demon or something, right? Checking the gaff meter! Hi, Nam. Hi, friends. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing, checking the gaff meter? Are you doing well? Good to hear from you. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy beginning of March. It's the beginning of March, so. Please tell me that you are going to be like a lion, and then that's there we go. That's all right. So now we have a Bob card, everybody. So there you go. Wait, there you go, Bob. But sometimes Bob disappears, right? I don't know if you could tell, but Bob is now gone. Ching the Gaff Meter says, pretty well. Had a big fat surgery last week, so I'll be on the mend. Oh, for some weeks, but I feel great. Oh, check the Gaff Meter. I hope that everything has gone well with the surgery, and definitely take care, and hopefully healing happens quickly and well. But anyway, thank you so much for the resub. Guys, checking the gaff meter has signed the 4 of spades. Checking the gaff meter. There you go. Thank you so much. All right. All is great. Thanks. Appreciate your being here. Yeah, I mean, I've just actually I was talking earlier about like my philosophy on like streaming, right? And I know that there are some people who stream because they probably want to make it big. They think that they can make money, and a large majority of people are not the people who can be highly successful with streaming. And so I was just thinking like if I have my metric for success on what to make a stream. In this case, I stream on Sundays because I want to have fun and I want to practice magic. That's basically it. So if you guys are here, I'll have fun. And then regardless if people are here or not, I've already structured my stream in a way where I can practice magic. So that's always going to happen. And it's just a matter of, if there's literally other people, anybody else here, I will have fun. Like that's I don't want to say like the bar is low, not that I don't think I could do better, but like I just want to not set myself up to be disappointed if I don't like what normal perception of what a successful stream or like, YouTube channel would be, right? Like if I wanted my YouTube channel to make more money, I'd basically be turning away from what I'm doing now, and like I'm not really using my YouTube channel for money, right? Like I'm not using Twitch for income, which is I'm in a fortunate situation. I have a good job. I don't have to, but yeah. So solid rubric, yeah. Can you do a Houdini escape from the frozen pond? I cannot, but actually, Barney, I do have to do something with big cards, right? And I think you tried to get the devil from Georgia earlier, which I don't have as a trick, but we do have the Devil's Elevator as a trick, which I could potentially try and do. And I have not tried to do that with big cards. So I think that might be an interesting. Let's do that. So let me find some cards, guys, and then actually I can show you my process. All right, so here is the big deck. I'm going to be using this big deck. I'm going to attempt to use this. Let's see, and then I need to find a 2 of diamonds, and then let's see. And now I need like black 6s and 9s. So let's go and grab. I also was thinking I hadn't done this trick in a while. I mean, certainly not with large cards, but I guess we're going to do it anyway. We love big cards. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do I need to sing that? We love big cards and I cannot lie. Your other dealers can't deny. When an itty deck walks in and springs out into... I don't even know where this is going. All right, guys. Okay. All right. So here we have... Well, I have enough real estate for this. That's kind of my concern right now. All right. So here we go. We have four cards, the 2, 3, 4, and 5 of diamonds. And then we have the 4 black 6s and 9s. Oh, I just realized I can't go too far because that's going to go off camera. All right. But the thing about this is that they are going to be representing various things. So here we have the 4 black 6s and 9s, and I'm going to place those over here just for a second. And then over here, I'm going to place, oh man, hopefully I have room for this. So here, I'm going to place the 5 over here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and place the 4 over here. Then we're going to go ahead and place the 3. How can I grab the 3? 3. Place it over here. Then I'll place the 2 on top here. Okay. So all of these, I want to show you that this is not just any hell. This is the hell that represents a business, because as all people know, all businesses would also have a maintenance elevator. So if you ever find yourself in hell, the 2 has found itself in hell. And so we put in the second level of hell. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And we go ahead and close that up. And in order to get out, they have to get in the elevator, have the elevator doors closed, press the up elevator button. And when they get up to the top level, that's going to be the easiest level for them to escape hell from, because it's closest to the surface, right? So you can shoot your way out, says Mark Rides. Maybe you could do the frozen pond. Oh! Mark Rides has attempted to have the 2 shoot itself out. And so it did have to kill a bunch of things on the way out. And then finally, the 2 has made it to the very top. I know, right? So once again, we have the levels of hell. The 3 is going to go into the 3rd level of hell. So here's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the 3 is going to get in there. Elevator doors close. Press the up elevator button. And hopefully they can get out. Oops, I should have waited till you finish reading. Oh, sorry. Maybe you could do Frozen Pond. What if the box and maximum penetration of the card... Oh, okay. That'd be interesting. Ding! Thank you kindly for the ding. And if we take a look, the 3 has found its way up to the uppermost level and can escape hell. Some people believe that there's shenanigans afoot, but look, if I show you, these are the same black 6s and 9s that have been here the whole time. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the 4 and place the 4 in the 4th level of hell. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm going to close that up. And then hopefully up the elevator button will totally get out. All right, hold on. I'm going to revisit your message, Mark. Maybe you do frozen pawn. What in the okay? The box for maximum treasure. The card trick was a frozen pawn, and the card escaping could be Houdini. Interesting. Can you do a Houdini escape from the frozen pawn? Oh, so funny story. The first time I was doing research on the maximum penetration card trick, I have to specify those words precisely in that sequence. It was actually a Houdini escape trick. So that's funny. Anyway, hopefully that was enough time for the 4 to climb all the way up to the top and should hopefully be able to get out. There we go. Now, some people believe that I'm using more than 4 cards here, and to that I would say, nope, these are actually legitimately 4 cards. And now we're going to go ahead and place the 5 here on the bottom. 5th level of hell, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And now all we have to do is press the up elevator button, and hopefully the 5 can get up to the top to escape. Yeah, we could do a Houdini escape. I think that would be okay. I was actually thinking if I have some other cards on hand, I might be able to do another Houdini escape. Actually. But, okay. So anyway, hopefully that was enough time for the elevator to get up to the top. Because look, if I show you, the 5 has gone up to the top, and these are the same 6s and 9s that we've been seeing the whole time. And that, my friend, is the Devil's Elevator with jumbo cards. So anyway, hopefully that was good enough for the Devil. Not quite goes to Georgia. I guess I could have worked Georgia in there, but I'm not familiar with Johnny Cash songs. Sorry. Thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter, E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Alright, so the question is, can we do... Alright, let me see. Alright. You said Charlie Daniels wrong. Wait, what? Oh, are you saying that The Devil Goes to Georgia is not a Johnny Cash song? That it's actually a Charlie Daniels song? Hold on. Devil. See, that's how little... The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Oh, okay, sorry. No, you're right. That is a Charlie Daniels song. Not a Cash song. It's a Charlie Daniels song. All right. Thanks for schooling me, E-Room. I was unaware. What was I thinking? I'm thinking of a different song. Then. Okay. Cool. All right. Actually, I'm trying to see if there's a way I could get the 1 card to always escape, and that would be the card that would be Houdini. Alright, I'm thinking about winging it. Let's see. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What cash goes down to hell and the flame grows higher? Okay, he's hallucinating, E-Room. Are you thinking of Burning Ring of Fire? Yeah, maybe. That I'm not. See, I'm not familiar enough to know. I don't know. That's that's the thing. Okay. All right. Okay. So first things first. Oh, well, while I do this, maximum penetration. The card trick. The card trick. Okay. All right. I'm gonna wing this a little bit, and I'm not sure if it's gonna turn out okay. So we're just gonna go for it. All right. So first things first. Look, we have an empty box, and I just want to make that clear now. And look, we have. I'm gonna use the King of Hearts to represent Houdini, mostly because Mark Rise is the one talking about it. So this is kind of like Mark Ride's request. So it's Mark Rise, but Mark Rides today is going to be Houdini, and Houdini is going to be able to break out. Check the gaff meter says, "I support you." Thank you, check the gaff meter. Appreciate it. And so, all right, wing away. All right. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and place Houdini in between two these. We're gonna represent handcuffs, and so here's handcuffs. All right, 1, 2, 3, and so as you can see, the handcuffs are really there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, but Houdini is going to be able to escape through those handcuffs because look, and Houdini has escaped through these handcuffs. All right. So now here's the other thing. We're gonna go ahead and need Houdini again to be trapped in between handcuffs. And so I'm gonna grab Houdini and place him in between. Now here we can see that Houdini is clearly in between these two sets of handcuffs. But what you may not know is that he's very good at escaping from them. You should do that trick with your hand in a freezer. I don't have a freezer down here. Okay, all right. So, but look, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you could tell, but look, Houdini has just escaped from these handcuffs right there. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay. So, anyway, now we're graduating because Houdini doesn't want to use these handcuffs anymore. And now Houdini wants to get placed in between this set of handcuffs. We'll call this a straitjacket, right? And what he's going to do is he's also going to want to get put into this box. And so here he's going to get put into the box. However, as it turns out, the straitjacket they had forgotten was actually outside of the box, but actually it didn't matter because Houdini was able to break out of the box. And there he is. And now Houdini can make the straitjacket disappear because, look, the straitjacket is now gone. And also, if we look inside of the box, you would think that there's actually something in the box, right? Because, you know, he must have left some evidence. However, the box is empty. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyway, that was me winging almost the entire trick. That was definitely not how it's supposed to go, but I'm like, all right, it seems okay. It felt okay. maybe there was something that didn't look so good maybe towards the end. I don't know. You guys let me know. How was it? How was that? Yeah. All right, so obviously that part did not look so good. All right. Um, okay, hold on. Uh, all right, if anybody's paying attention in chat, it's okay. All right. Oh crap, sorry. All right. Nobody's in trouble. I'm just deleting a message. Originally, it's supposed to be deleting Barney's message, but because chat scrolled, I accidentally deleted E-Room's message. Sorry. um, okay, there we go. So sorry, E-Room. I did not mean to delete your message. Maybe the next time the speech we put him in the frozen lake. Okay, all right, cool. All right, but nobody is in trouble. I just didn't want that to be persisted in chat. All right. Okay, Mark, we forgot it was a frozen lake. Oh, no. I did not have this being a frozen lake. No, sorry. That was not part of the plan. Should I try to frozen lake something, though? Let me see here. What can I try in frozen lake? Okay. All right. Let's see here. Um, okay. All right. So, all right. So here, I just took out Mark Rides' King of Hearts, the one that we're using as Houdini. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Houdini into the middle of the deck, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to turn this into a frozen lake. Okay. All right. Here we go. Actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna clear maximum penetration, the card trick. Disney Arcana cards wonder if you have any cards from Frozen with lake pictures or MTG cards lake for mana. I'm sure I have MTG cards. I don't know if I've opened up enough Disney Lorcana cards, but I don't have them. I don't have like the pictures immediately available. Um, but actually, I don't know if you could tell, but this deck is feeling quite a bit different. Actually, I don't know if you can tell, but uh, there's actually something happening to the deck right now. And here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a block of ice now because every single card is a layer of ice that is frozen on top. Every single card except for one. And if we take a look at that one card, we have to peer through the ice. And actually, if we look through this way, if I slowly chip away layers of the ice, we can slowly start to make out. Slowly start to make out. It's Houdini! Or in this case, the King of Hearts. Ooh, ice. That's right. I'm slowly chipping away. Or I can use a flamethrower. Melt it a lot faster. I hear in most parts of the world that's not a very efficient way to melt the snow, but maybe this would have also been more accurate as David Blaine, because David Blaine encased himself in a coffin. Not, I mean, not a coffin. I feel like it was a coffin with ice. And he had like I think he just had a straw or something to the outside world to get like water and air or something. But anyway, there we go. I was wondering how weird it would be to do a trick with these. Like, hey guys, go ahead, pick a card, any card, look at it, memorize it. Here you go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in the middle of the deck. And the funniest thing is I could do sleights to track down the exact one, not like you would be able to tell. But, yeah. Alright, there we go. Ooh, I just realized we should maybe try and do the snap change with these. Alright, here we go. Okay, ready? Snap change. 1, 2, 3. Boom! There you go. I don't think that's impressing anybody. Well played. Actually, how would that look? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna attempt. Okay, FYI, I'm not. You should not do this. I'm gonna use a card and a clear card and see how that looks. So this will expose how the trick is done. Not like I haven't exposed this on stream 50 bajillion times. So not anything new. But all right, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Houdini's gonna escape. There we go. Look at that. So this is what you would. Yeah. So there you go. It's not bad if I just get the angle perfectly right. Okay, hold on, let me try that one more time. And then, even though I do see your scandalous shuffle. All right, so here we go. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna let people in on the if you haven't seen me mess this up before or reveal it, this is basically how it would be done. And I know you're probably wondering how the hell does this get into this position. So here's the final position. There you go. But I'm holding it like this. So. Actually, that is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It does look pretty cool. Oh wow. Okay, that would have been a flawless one if the cards were not transparent. But there you go. There's the other thing. It's like this is like one of the things that I would do let people in on because just to know like how much time and effort it takes to do like a sleight, right? Like some sleights are like that one is hard to get looking good. There's other sleights that are easier, but then there's other sleights that are also like invisible that look good, right? So, Mark Wright says, when I was a kid, I was asked to shovel, but it was too cold, so I tried using a starter log in the driveway just to melt the ice, but I couldn't get the log to ignite because it was way too cold. Yeah, yeah. You need three things for ignition. It's enough fuel, so something to burn. It's like wood or whatever. In this case, the log. You need oxygen, so you need oxygen, and then you need heat or not for it to not be cold. It basically has to be within an ideal temperature range for fire to start. So, all right. Scandalous shuffle from E-Room. Mid-air bridge type shuffle. Skinny cards with Christmas cards. Oh God, I don't even know if I can hold those up and do that. But all right, we'll give it a try, E-Room, because you're requesting. So. Let's see here. All right, skinny. All right, here we go. Skinny. And now I need, let's see here. Christmas. All right. Christmas. It's March. We're still pulling out the Christmas cards. There you go. All right. Okay. All right. So here are the cards that to which E-Room is referring. So here are the Christmas Charlie Brown cards. Okay, they are oddly shaped. They're shaped exactly like an ornament, not even symmetrical. So that makes life a little bit harder when doing some magic. Then we have the skinny deck. I happen to have it's an air deck. So these are plastic cards. Bicycle makes something that's very similar, but they are paper. But these are way slipperier. Okay, so I have to attempt a mid-air. I don't think I can do the mid-air with the bridge. I might be able to do the midair and then like push him in maybe, but that's still kind of a tall order. Okay, so actually I need to see if I can bend the Christmas ornament in the air because I might not. There's very wait. Can I just use the Christmas ornament tip? That might be easier. Hold on. All right, get in the grip now. Here we go. All right, I would say that was in the air. Oh wait. Okay, can I bridge this? Oh, okay, that was close. Oh, I lost one. Hang on. Nope, I lied. I lost 1, 2. Okay. It actually would have been okay, I think, had I not bridged. But anyway, I would say, actually, I could probably finish the bridge or finish the interweave up here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, so here was the interweave, and then I think the bridge is actually the part that killed it, and not so much the everything else. Okay, here is the scandalous shuffle of Christmas ornaments and skinny deck with attempted bridge. The bridge failed, but the actual interweave I think was fine. All right, let me see here. I actually think, hold on. I might be able to, let me take this out. I kind of want to see if this will work had it not been in the air. I actually think I could have done this on the table. I think that would have been okay. Hold on. Okay, all right, here we go. We're gonna try half a clap. You forgot to use the round side. Oh, and the long side. What? Have the long side of the skinny cards facing round part. Oh. Oh, there's no way. I cannot even bend the cards this way. Like, all right, E-room. But I'm going to use the table. I cannot. That was not even. Yeah, I can't even. Like, there's not even enough give to even bend the cards this way, really. Yeah, like when I try and bend it and start putting them, they just shoot out. Like, so, alright. The only way to do it. Alright, I'll use the round side, but I can't do it with the. Alright, hang on. Hang on. We can do this, guys. This is doable. Okay. Alright. Now, can I... Oh, okay, so this has to be balanced when I bridge it. Here we go. Okay, and now I got my pinky in there to... Oh, yeah, look at that. That was satisfying. Okay. Literally a non-starter. There we go. Okay, that I will call a successful scandalous shuffle. So there we go. All right. Woo. Sorry, E-room. Your requirements are too strict. I had to send them to the product manager to revise. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps and the applause. E-room, check the gap meter. Literally a non-starter. Yep. That is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna lie here. Here. Okay, so at least these are paper. So like, these I think could be shuffled. Relatively little effort. Even though they're shaped a little weird, but that's okay. It's actually more difficult to shuffle these. I think actually if I had the bicycle paper ones, they might be easier because these are just so slippery. So like this part's okay, but the bridge I think will be difficult. Yeah, see? Like some stuff flies out. cannot. Just cannot. So I have to like perfectly line it up and then like brace it on both sides. Okay, there we go. But it's only because I had my pinky on this side like covering. Okay, alright. Let's see how well I can spread. Hey, that looks pretty nice actually. Alright. Somebody pick a card. We're gonna do a trick with the skinny deck. So feel free to click directly on the screen if you're on. There it is. Is that the 10 of diamonds? Looks like. 10 of diamonds? Okay, cool. Oh wait, was that other one? 3 of hearts? Okay. Alright, let's attempt maybe to use both. I guess. Okay, alright, we're gonna adjust the trick. Alright, 10 of diamonds was the first one found. So let's go ahead and use that over here. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and place this face up into the middle of this pile over here, okay? So there's our 10 of diamonds, okay? And then now what I normally would have done was had the 3 of hearts selected over here, but we didn't have to, I guess, because it's already been selected. So once again, we're going to go ahead and place that face up into this face down pile here. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to turn this pile face up. We'll leave this pile face down, and then we're going to shuffle them together. Okay, this is the hard part because we just demonstrated shuffling is the hard part. Okay. Alright, I think I got a good weave. Maybe except for like 2 cards. Hold on, I'm going to shove those in there. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and push these together. Slowly but surely. Okay, there we go. So now they've been pushed in, so we might see some cards that are face up, face down, like this, and so. But let's go ahead and do some magic with skinny cards. So if I just cut once, and the wonderful thing is that I can fit the entire deck in my hand like this. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to slide the deck through my hand like this. And that, my friends, will fix everything. So every single card is now facing in the correct direction. Every single card except for 2, the 2 that's represented by these 2 heat maps here. Delicious. But now if I spread the deck, you'll see that there are 2 cards, wait, there should be, oh yeah, there are 2 cards face down. There's one right there and then one right there. And they should be, what were our selections? The 10 of diamonds and the 3 of hearts, right? And so if we take a look, there we are. 10 of diamonds, 3 of hearts. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of a challenge, but not as difficult as I imagined. I kind of want to try something else with skinny cards. Oh, actually, I think this one, the one I'm envisioning right now, is way more difficult. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. Alright, guys, I would like to just call last call. I think I want to wrap up in like 15-20 minutes. So if anybody wants to see more magic, I mean, I'm showing magic with a skinny deck of cards. So I mean, that's just, we're trying new stuff. This is very highly experimental. As far as I know, I don't know anybody else doing magic with skinny cards. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know what we probably shouldn't. Okay, 3 of hearts. Okay, we need 3 cards selected. So let's go ahead and have those 2, and then the Queen of Clubs just to represent Chin. So there you go. All right, so we've got the 3 of Clubs, the 10 of Diamonds, and the Queen. Sorry, the 3 of Hearts representing E-Room, the 10 of Diamonds, and then the Queen of Clubs. There you go. All right, so let me go ahead and lose these into the deck. So here we go. We're going to lose the Queen of Clubs. Or at least that's what's supposedly going to happen. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to lose the 10 of Diamonds somewhere else, not near the Queen of Clubs. And then we're going to lose the 3 of Hearts somewhere else, not near the other two. I just have a feeling this is not going to turn out looking as good as I'd like it to, but whatever. That's what stream's for, right? Experimenting. Okay, alright. Shuffle those. Okay. Guys, this is hard. I don't know if I can do many slates with this. This is actually pretty difficult. Okay, alright. So here we have the 4 aces. The 4 aces are going to be helping us try and find all of our cards. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and have the Ace of Diamonds try and find everybody. Okay, so now if we take a look, the Ace of Diamonds has now gone missing. And now the Ace of Clubs will attempt to find the selections as well. So now if we take a look, Ace of Clubs is now missing. And now the Ace of Hearts also gone to look for the cards. And now finally the Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. This is going to look weird, I think. Or did that look okay? That might have looked okay. So if we take a look, the aces are no longer on the top. The aces are no longer on the bottom. But if we take a look in the middle of the deck, we have, you know, the one thing I will have to give these cards credit for is they spread really good. They spread really well. Look, all 4 aces are face up in the middle of the deck. And there is a card in between each one of them, making 3. And if we recall all of our selections, they are the Queen of Clubs, the 10 of Diamonds, and 3 of Hearts. Okay, alright. And now Charlie has requested French twist. So, the obvious question is, do I want to try it with skinny cards? Alright. So here we go. Alright, we have the Ace of Diamonds, Clubs, Hearts, and Spades. Alright, so here's actually what I want to do. If I was to take the Ace of Spades, or just any ace, if I hold the packet and I shake it, then one of the aces will turn face up. So, alright, so here, let me go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and shake this. It looks super weird because it's super skinny. I'm going to shake it this way. Alright, so now one of the aces should hopefully turn face up. The Ace of Diamonds, excellent. Just handling this is super weird. Okay. So now once again, all 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. But now look, if I give it a shake. Alright, and that shake is going to turn up another one. 1, 2, 3. The Ace of Clubs, 4. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that 1, 2, 3, all 4 are face down. But now look, if I shake it, we have 1, 2, 3. The Ace of Hearts has turned itself face up. Okay, so now I just want to show you that all 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 are all face down. But now if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that shake is going to turn up the final ace, the Ace of Spades. 1, 2, 3. There's the Ace of Spades. And that's how you use all 4 of these aces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you hold the packet and then you shake, and that's how they turn face up. But actually, we can do one more thing. If I go ahead and I spread, just so you see that all the cards are facing the same direction, nothing weird about them. But if I put the aces and I cut it into the middle of this deck, and I hold this packet and I shake it vigorously, this will slowly turn over all of the aces. Because look, now if I spread, all 4 aces are now face up. There we have it. And that, my friends, is French Twist with skinny cards. I cannot believe I did it. I think that looked okay, probably. I'm guessing. I wasn't watching the screen. I was just I was looking at my hands the whole time. Uh, did it look okay? Did it look good? Or at least acceptable? I was surprised. I was like, what? No way. There's no way. And then I did it. I was like, what? No. Alright. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly. And thank you so much for the request, Charlie. Alright. Admittedly, even if I messed that one up, I probably wouldn't call it a boss trick, mostly because I would attribute any mess ups really to the skinny cards. That's these things are nuts. I have no idea. Alright. So here we go. But yeah, these are very cute. I actually have gotten way more use out of them on stream than I have in real life. So I don't really do sleight of hand with these, but you know, after today, it might be worth trying now. So thanks eRoom for the inspiration. All right. Okay. All right. So, I think I know I did call the last call a few minutes ago, but last chance. But otherwise, I'll probably find something to do as a finale, and then we'll call it for the night. Oh, Charlie's on it. Charlie's like, I got it. Thanks, Charlie. Okay, let's see here. Doop 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 doop. Oh, sorry, this is very bad music humming. Okay. I need to make a slight adjustment, and then then we can do this. Yeah, actually, let's do it this way. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so, all right. Charlie has requested matching the cards, and what we will do is we will match the cards, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction, and that prediction will hopefully drive the remainder of the cards. And so let me go ahead and go through, and here is my prediction. So I'm going to go ahead and place my prediction right there. And then, okay, so here's what we will do. I'm going to try and find 3 other cards. I'm going to place them down here, and depending on what they are, well, hopefully that will make my prediction look very good. That's the plan, right? Otherwise, why would you do this? Why would I make a prediction that makes me look horrible? Like, that's all right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and try and find. I'm feeling pretty good about this card, and so this card is the 8 of Hearts. And so let's go ahead and place the 8 of Hearts down there like that. Let's go ahead and find another. And so this is going to be the 8 of Clubs. So I'm going to go ahead and place the 8 of Clubs down here. Let's see here. And let's just make a bunch of cuts like that. And I think let's try and find, so guys, the 8 of Diamonds. So if this is the 8 of Hearts, 8 of Clubs, and 8 of Diamonds, what card is that? What card should that be? In order for the prediction to look good, right? I guess it could be any card, but if it isn't a very specific card, the prediction does not look amazing. Any guesses? Anybody want to guess? Good timing. I just finished my tea, so that means almost the time for end of stream. I think if you guys said the 8 of Spades, usually if I do this trick and it's audible, it might sound like Ace of Spades because a lot of people say Ace of Spades. But it should be 8 of Spades, right? But I heard Ace of Spades. And actually it should be Ace of Spades because if it was the 8 of Spades, that's not the card that Charlie's Beats signed. And I like to use the card of the person who requested in the trick. And so if we take a look, this is actually the Ace of Spades. So unfortunately, my prediction, it doesn't look very good, right? Because this is the 8 of Hearts, the 8 of Clubs, and the 8 of Diamonds. But actually, what I can do is, if I use Charlie's Beats Ace of Spades, and we touch each one of these, and remove the hair from this card, that's going to bother me, the hair. Then, actually, this might look okay, because I can make them look like the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is matching the cards. Thanks for the Neptune Pog at Charlie's Beats. Alright, there we go. So normally, yeah, I'll use the aces and go into the 8s, but this time, because so we use the 8s, go into the aces. Still looks good, I think. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room, checking the gaff meter. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do... Which one do I want to do? Did I do Picasso Aces last time, or did I do a different one last time? For the finale. Let me see. History. What did I do last time? 6 days ago. Oh no, okay, all right. Yeah, let's do Picasso aces today for finale. Okay. All right. So, let's see. It is about that time, everybody, where I get to thank everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. If you came out to hang out, thank you so much to everybody who interacted with stream, whether you clicked on the heat map, requested a trick, chatted in chat, sound alerts, any of those. Without you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. And as I said earlier, if it's fun for me, it's good. It'll keep me motivated. Also, thank you to all of the lurkers out there, because magic, one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, no magic is happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Um, Thank you so much to our mods, guys. If you haven't followed our mods, guys, you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the few other Twitch magicians, has a regular magic schedule. He'll do Magic Mondays. I think the time slot has slided back to Monday evenings instead of Monday nights. So definitely give him a follow. Catch him tomorrow. So, and then also, if you aren't following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Also, big news: Gibson Lens just released his first album on Bandcamp. If you guys are interested, if you like the hype train music here, it is actually the third song on the album. So definitely check it out and show him some support if you like his music. Let's see. Also, guys, everything that you've seen here on stream today, sleight of hand magic. It is not black magic deals with the devil or what else? Sorcery. But, even if it was, and you believe that it really is, perfect cover story, sleight of hand. It's sleight of hand. All right. If you guys want to catch more of me and I'm not around, you can catch more of my stuff on YouTube. And actually, a lot of this stuff ends up over on YouTube too. So, and if you want to see any of the VODs basically fall into this playlist after they fall off retention here. So, definitely check it out if you are interested. All right. And then last thing, if I do mess up this finale trick, which I've been known to mess up sometimes, I don't like to end on a trick that I mess up on, so we will do another finale trick if I mess this up. But if I don't, then we will find somebody to raid, and we will go that route. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So here we go. All right, first things first, I just want to show you this deck of cards. This is a blue back deck of cards, and I don't want you to mix up that these aces came from that deck, because these aces are red backed, so they came from a different deck. So, look, if I show you Ace of Hearts, that's red, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. And so these four aces all come from a different deck. So here's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and I'm going to lay all of the aces down like this, and we will place them out into four different piles like here, and I need the ace of spades, and we will leave that up there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and collect all of these into the same pile by the end of the trick, and so hopefully we will do that, but in a magical manner. I am going to place 3 blue backed cards onto each one of these piles though. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, let's square up. And now we will make each ace hopefully teleport, but magically. And so here we have our ace, but if I go ahead and I just swap it for one of these blue backed cards here, not physically, just, you know, metaphysically. And look, that has now swapped. Hey, E-Room, thank you so much for the transporter. Alright, guys. E-Room's onto me. I didn't use magic. I just used transporter. I just used Star Trek transporter, right? Look, any sufficiently advanced technology is basically like magic. So, alright, E-Room, you got me. You got me. Because look, here we've got blue, 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 and there's no ace here, right? Because that's not an ace. That's not an ace. That's not an ace. That's not an ace either. But before we only had one red ace here, right? But now we should be able to see two, right? Because here's a blue, red, and blue, right? So I know that's very strange. Look, I'm gonna quote unquote use magic again because look, you can still see it here, right? Just until the last second when I swap it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it with my fingers, but not literally, just figuratively. And FYI, I use magic. Oh man, guys, okay, I understand. You think that E-Room is in cahoots with me, and you would be correct because look, E-Room has just activated the transporter, and now look, look, it's now blue, 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 and that there's no ace here. That's none of these are aces, right? But now we should be able to see that it's because so there was two red, two blue before, but now there should be three aces, right? Yeah. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay. And now the last one. Some people believe that there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say, yeah, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream that uses Star Trek technology. So here, look, you'll be able to tell that the ace is here because you'll be able to see it on the back, right? So you'll be able to see the ace here from the back because it's still red. And then you'll be able to see that the ace is still there because ace is there on the front. But look, all I have to do is grab it and swap it using magic. Oh, E-Room, thank you. Thank you so much. Because now look, if I show you, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue backed cards. And if I show you the faces, none of them are aces. I know, is that strange? That's very strange, right? And now if we take a look here, all four of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 red aces. They are the ace of diamonds, ace of spades, the ace clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will say is a successful finale using magic, i.e. Star Trek transporters. Thank you so much for the transporters, E-Room. Actually, I'm going to give you a couple of those back because I think they help the trick a lot. Thank you. All right. And hopefully everybody enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me. And thank you so much for the resubs today. Chan the Magic Man, checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you for everybody hanging out and interacting. And so I know we got a lot of requests from Charlie's Beats and E-Room. Thank you. I know we got a lot of sound effects from E-Room and Chan, so thank you. All right. So let's, how shall they say, blow this popsicle stand. Is that what people say? Do people say that anymore? Are they even popsicle stands? How would popsicle stands work? Like, they have to have refrigeration there? Because otherwise they're not popsicles, right? They're just... let's see. E-Room says, I'm a raid with you. Then go visit Happy Nightmare. She only has one. Oh, okay. I see. So let's see. I had an idea of who to raid, but if that person is no longer raiding, sorry, is no longer streaming, we can head over to Happy Nightmare. So hold on, let me just see, because there's somebody that I wanted to raid, and if they're on. So actually, let me also consult the spreadsheet as well. Okay, hang on. And then let me see. Okay, I think I see the person I want to raid. When was the last time we raided this person? Okay. It has been since January, so that's 2 months. What is Happy Nightmare doing? Is Happy Nightmare talking about a science technology thing? Happy Nightmare. Alright guys, please hold. We are doing a very important decision. Alright. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and raid Happy Nightmare. Yeah, okay, so okay, yeah, let's raid Happy Nightmare today. Alright, Room, thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I know you like them, and I don't think you have this one.
Oh wait, that was the other potential raid target. Appreciate it. Probably was surprised too. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, guys. If anybody wants to come with us on the raid, here's a raid call. Here's a sub raid call, and we're going to be raiding Happy Nightmare, who normally does science technology discussion streams. So I think I hung out twice in Happy Nightmare stream, and then I think I lurked like probably once. But yeah, so we're gonna head over to Happy Nightmare stream. Happy Nightmare is a supporter of Magic Twitch as well. We happen to see Happy Nightmare a lot in Magic Twitch streams. So, all right, so please come along and say hi. And oh crap, hold on, I got a copyright call. Copy, paste. All right, okay, so there you go. All right, everybody. That is stream for tonight. Hopefully everybody takes care of themselves. Remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, remember to get good sleep, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time, and take care of yourselves, right? Okay. Bye. Hold on, I don't know how to hit raid now. I accidentally clicked a thing. I can't raid now. That's so weird. The button disabled. So we just have to wait for time. Well, I guess I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds before I start waving. Okay. Oh, now the raid is ready. All right. Okay, everybody. Now the raid is ready. I'm gonna start waving, and now I'll say bye. That was probably the weirdest thing if you guys are used to me just saying bye. Bye.